that are doing quite weak in today's trading session.
Okay, all right, Vivek, that's a long list, but yes, mid-cap index is the one which is outperforming in trade today. With that, let's move on and talk to the first corporate on our show today, specialty chemicals maker Neogen Chemicals. It is in focus and the stock is gaining for a second straight session after the company actually went ahead and announced the acquisition of BuLi Chemicals for 25 crore rupees. What does it mean? How will it help the company? And a lot more. We have Mr. Harin Kanani, who's the managing director of the company, joining us now. Mr. Kanani, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us here on CNBC TV 18. Well, BuLi Chemicals owns the technology to manufacture N-butyl lithium and other organolithium products. Can you tell us how does it fit in your overall strategy? What is the reason for the acquisition of BuLi Chemicals?
Thanks for the invitation. Yes, Neogen has been known as a bromination and inorganic lithium salts company for a long time. Last 6 to 7 years, we've been, expanding our chemistries and doing other chemistries such as Grignard reactions. And this is in the same line, expanding the chemistry which Neogen can do. So organolithium is a relatively challenging molecules to handle. We have already started using them over last 1 year. And we were projecting our own internal consumption of N-butyl lithium and other organolithiums was likely to increase when we were doing the complex advanced intermediate and CSM business. So we thought this was a very good fit for us because we will be one of the only company which can make organolithium once we complete this acquisition, as well as use organolithium to make the complex pharma and CSM business. Also, when we do this, lithium comes out as a waste, and we have a ability to recycle this lithium to inorganic lithium salts, which is a second lithium division. So this would allow us to actually use this technology to offer organolithium compounds to our existing pharma customers, as well as use this organolithium and in our internal to make more competitive pharma and CSM projects. And it will also support our inorganic lithium. So there was a very good synergistic fit for us in all the divisions that we were having. So that's why we decided to do the acquisition.
How much of the organolithium that you produce will be used for internal consumption, and how much of it will you sell to your clients? I just want to, go ahead.
In the beginning, it will be about 10 to 15%, what is our current usage. But as we get more projects, then the percentage can change over a period of time. And of course, in future, if needed, we can also further expand the capabilities.
Okay, so right now, are you, sourcing your lithium completely from outside? Does it help in backward integration as well to a larger extent? And if it does, what kind of cost savings are you looking at?
The current organolithium that, as you rightly said, we were users of organolithium and we were buying organolithium from outside. Now we will be actually, making it in-house. In terms of a cost saving, it will not have an immediate impact. More so, as we look at new projects and we also combine it with our recycling abilities. So in future, as this will allow us to attract, as a strategically backward integration, more innovator customers in pharma and agro space, because we can first offer security of supply. And along with this ability to recycle, we can give significant savings. But the significant savings will, in a project will depend on a project to project. But the security of the supply part, the stability of supply and the savings together, we believe will allow us to gain many complex pharma and CSM projects in future.
So all this will be very margin accretive for you, right? The fact that you will be able to get more complex projects, there is going to be a benefit in backward integration. Do you have any numbers on the kind of where your margins will be headed in the future? Say 2 years, 3 years down the line. Go ahead.
Yeah, so far we've just done the acquisition. We still to do complete closing, and we are still evaluating projects. So it's a bit premature for us to share, what kind of a margin improvement we will be having. But over a period of time, once the acquisition is completed and once we've acquired it fully, we will be able to give guidance on that.
Okay. So, Mr. Kanani, two-part question here. Once, when you say that you'll be able to give it to your clients, they will have some security as far as supplies are concerned. Are you already in talks with your existing clients, or are you approaching newer clients for organolithium? And the second thing is, are you looking for more such acquisitions to ensure that you're more backward integrated, you have this supply chain for lithium in place for your own production?
Yeah, so to answer first question, we already, as I said, have molecules which were commercial where we were using this. We were also in talks with customer where we expect this organolithium will be used. So they were part of our developmental pipeline. So therefore, yes, there are existing molecules which we have clarity on, which will require these material. In reference to your second question, that are we looking for more such acquisition? So as a rule, Neogen is usually only planning greenfield and brownfield expansion. So we want to do on our own. But as and when, we get an opportunity where we get a key technology or key market access, that is when we look at that. So we don't selectively look at acquisition opportunities, and there are no selective plans for that.
Okay, so in terms of brownfield and greenfield expansions that you've spoken about, we did speak to you recently, but can you give us a sense of when these expansions do come on stream, what is the peak level of revenues that you're looking at, say, next 2 to 3 years?
So we have a 150 crore expansion, which is ongoing in our existing business, which will increase our organic as well as inorganic capacities. And we have given a projection that we can reach, let's say, up to 950 to 1150 crores with that expansion. And the Bulichem acquisition will be in addition to that. Similarly, we have also announced a 450 crore capex, plant capex over the next 2 to 3 years in our lithium salts for battery materials space and electrolyte salt space. And this is again allowing us to reach a revenue potential of around 1,000 to 1,200 crore by FY26, FY27, which we announced at the end of our last quarter.
Okay, thank you very much for joining in. That's the word coming in from Neogen Chemicals, up 2.5%. Get into a break. On the other side, we'll talk market technicals. We'll invite Sameet Chawad of Angel One on the show.